There is a feeling around you right now, and if you have been sensing it but trying to ignore it, this message may be exactly what your heart needed today. Someone younger than you is thinking about you far more than you realize. Not once in a while, not casually, deeply, quietly, constantly. They carry your energy with them through the day, and when the world gets loud, their mind returns to you like a place of peace. You may doubt this. You may tell yourself it cannot be true. You may wonder why someone younger would feel this strongly about you, but stay with me, because what is happening is not random, and the 3 reasons behind it may explain more than you expected. This is not just about attraction, it is about comfort, recognition, and a bond that feels meaningful from the inside out. If part of you already knows who this person might be, keep listening. The last part matters more than you think. What you have been picking up is not fantasy. It is not wishful thinking. It is a real emotional pull, and it has been growing in silence. Someone younger has not only noticed you, they have been moved by you, and what they feel is becoming harder for them to hide. For a long time, you may have believed that this kind of love belongs to other people. You may have looked at your own life, your past, your age, your scars, your disappointments, and quietly decided that the season of being chosen had already passed. But that belief was never the truth. It was only pain talking too loudly. It was only old heartbreak trying to write your future before your future even arrived. The truth is that your presence has become powerful in ways you do not always see because you live inside yourself every day. Other people see what you overlook. They notice the depth in your eyes. They notice how you speak with care, how you listen without rushing, how you make people feel safe enough to be honest. They notice the kind of strength that does not need to announce itself. And this younger person has noticed all of it. They are not drawn to you by a passing moment. They are drawn to the steadiness in you, the mystery in you, the warmth in you. They feel something real when they are near you. Something settles. Something opens. Something inside them says, this person feels different. And when that happens, feelings do not fade easily. They grow roots. So if you have been wondering whether this connection means more than it seems, do not dismiss that question too quickly. Sometimes your heart notices the truth before your mind is ready to admit it. The first reason this younger person is falling so hard is simple, but powerful. You bring them peace. Their world may be fast, noisy, demanding, and full of pressure they rarely speak about. They may smile on the outside and still carry confusion, stress, and emotional tiredness underneath. Then they come near you, and something changes. Your energy slows the storm inside them. Your presence makes them breathe differently. You do not even have to do something dramatic. It may be the way you stay calm during problems, the way you do not react to everything at once, the way you choose your words carefully, the way you make life feel less chaotic just by being fully present. That kind of peace is rare, and rare things are remembered. To a younger heart that may still be learning how to stand steady in a restless world, you feel safe, you feel grounding, you feel real, and that becomes magnetic. They may not even know how to explain it. They only know that after speaking with you, they feel clearer. After seeing you, they feel lighter. After being around you, they carry a strange calm for the rest of the day. Stay with me because the second reason goes even deeper. Peace may open the door, but it is not the only thing holding their heart. What keeps pulling them back is not just how you make them feel in the moment. It is how you make them see themselves when they are with you. The second reason is that you make them feel seen in a way they are not used to. Many people are surrounded by attention and still feel invisible. Many people are spoken to but not truly heard. Many people are admired for what they show on the surface but not understood where it matters. When this younger person is with you, they feel that you notice who they really are. You ask about their thoughts. You care about their story. You remember small details. You respond with sincerity instead of performance. These things may seem ordinary to you because kindness is natural to you now, but to someone who has often felt overlooked, this is everything. It gives them confidence. It makes them feel valuable. It makes them feel like they matter beyond appearance, beyond status, beyond what they can prove. And once someone experiences that kind of attention, they do not forget it. They begin to crave it, not in an unhealthy way, but in a deeply human way. They want to return to the place where they feel accepted, encouraged, and emotionally alive. This is why they may look at you a little longer than normal. This is why their tone softens when they speak to you. This is why they may find reasons to message you, stay close, offer help, or continue a conversation that could have ended sooner. These are not accidents. These are quiet signs of emotional investment. And if you have noticed this already, trust your observation. Sometimes the smallest moments carry the clearest truth. The third reason is the one that reaches the soul. They are drawn to your depth, not just your face, not just your voice, not just the comfort you bring. They are drawn to the life inside you. They sense that you have lived, learned, survived, and grown. They feel wisdom in the way you speak. They feel history in the way you love. They feel substance in the way you carry yourself. In a world where so much feels rushed, shallow, and temporary, depth becomes unforgettable. And you have it. You may not call it that. You may call it exhaustion, experience, or simply getting older. But to them, it feels rich. It feels beautiful. It feels like something worth knowing more about. They want your mind. They want your stories. They want the truth of who you are, not a polished version. They are curious about what shaped you, what hurt you, what healed you, what still matters to you, and what you dream about when no one is watching. This is why their feelings do not stay on the surface. This is why they keep returning in thought. They feel that there is something timeless in you, something that speaks to a part of them deeper than logic. And once a person feels that kind of soul-level pull, it becomes very hard to pretend it means nothing. Keep listening, because this is where many people get scared and walk away too soon. The connection feels real, and that reality can awaken fear just as easily as hope. You may already have noticed the signs, even if you have tried to explain them away. Maybe this person remembers details you barely recall sharing. Maybe they light up when you enter the room. Maybe they ask questions that show they care about your inner world, not just passing conversation. Maybe they seem nervous around you for no obvious reason, or unusually calm in a way they are not with others. Maybe there is a softness in the way they say your name, a patience in the way they listen, a warmth in the way they stay present. Maybe they find excuses to be near you. Maybe they offer help before you ask. Maybe they check in on you in subtle ways that feel gentle but consistent. These things matter. Attraction can be loud, but real feeling is often quiet at first. It reveals itself through attention, through consistency, through emotional memory. They remember what you said because you matter to them. They look for you because your presence affects them. They hesitate because what they feel is serious enough to make them careful. And that hesitation is important. It may not mean they are uncertain about you. It may mean they are afraid of being rejected by you. They may worry that you see them as too young, too inexperienced, or simply not possible. So they hold back. They watch. They hope. They test the energy. They wait for some sign that the door is not closed. This is why your response matters more than you know. A small shift in warmth can feel like permission to be honest. And let us speak honestly about the age difference, because this is often where fear tries to take control. You may wonder whether a connection like this is wise. You may worry about judgment. You may ask yourself whether the gap in years creates a gap in understanding. Those concerns do not make you cold. They make you thoughtful. They show that you care about doing the right thing. But age alone does not decide the truth of a connection. Maturity, intention, honesty, and respect matter far more. Two adults can meet in different seasons of life and still recognize something rare in each other. In fact, sometimes different life stages create a balance that same-age connections never quite find. You offer depth, steadiness, perspective, and emotional patience. They may offer freshness, excitement, movement, and renewed hope. One brings grounding, the other brings spark. One brings calm, the other brings possibility. Together, that can create something deeply meaningful when both hearts are sincere. Do not let fear of appearances decide everything before your own heart has had time to speak. And do not let old rules convince you that love must arrive in one approved shape only. Real connection does not always follow expectation. Sometimes it arrives in a form that surprises you because it is meant to wake something back up in you. If this is touching something real inside you, do not rush to label it. Just stay aware. Notice what happens. Notice what grows. There is also something healing happening here. Whether this connection becomes a full love story or simply a mirror that reminds you of your worth. This younger person sees beauty in you that you may have stopped noticing in yourself. They see strength where you see weariness. They see depth where you see damage. They see grace where you see years. And that kind of attention can be deeply restoring. Life has a way of dulling self-image little by little. Criticism, rejection, loneliness, disappointment, and time can all make a person forget their own light. Then one day, someone arrives and looks at you with genuine admiration, and suddenly you remember that you are still here, still radiant, still capable of being desired, understood, and chosen. That is not a small gift. That is powerful medicine for the heart. This is why even their gaze can affect you. This is why even a simple conversation with them may leave you feeling more alive, more hopeful, more connected to a softer part of yourself. Do not ignore that shift. Joy is information. Excitement is information. Emotional awakening is information. It does not mean you must run forward without thought. It simply means something in you is responding because something meaningful is present. And if you feel that, let it matter. Not every feeling needs to be acted on immediately, but every real feeling deserves to be listened to with honesty. What this younger person feels is not only about romance, it is also about recognition. They sense something familiar in you, even if they cannot explain why. It is as if some part of them relaxes in your presence and another part comes fully alive at the same time. That combination is rare. Usually people feel either calm or excited. With you, they feel both. That is one reason they keep returning to the thought of you. You make them feel safe enough to open and inspired enough to hope. You may have lost touch with how powerful that is, but they have not. To them, you feel like a person they can admire without pretending, desire without shame, and trust without forcing. They may even be learning things about love through this connection that they never understood before. They may be realizing that love is not only chemistry, it is not only timing, it is also emotional truth. It is the experience of meeting someone whose energy fits yours in a way that feels almost impossible to fake. And if they have tried to reason themselves out of these feelings, that may only explain why they seem conflicted. The mind may resist what the heart has already chosen. So if they have pulled back at moments, do not assume the feeling disappeared. Sometimes people step back not because the connection is weak, but because it is strong enough to scare them. Keep that in mind before you misread their silence. At the same time, openness does not mean losing your wisdom. You can welcome a connection while still honoring healthy boundaries. You can move gently. You can observe before deciding. You can stay emotionally honest without becoming reckless. In fact, this is where your maturity becomes a gift. You do not need to force anything. You do not need to chase clarity in one dramatic conversation if the moment is not right. Let the connection breathe. Let it reveal itself through time, consistency, and truth. Notice whether their care is steady. Notice whether their words and actions match. Notice whether they respect your pace. Real feeling can handle patience. Real feeling does not need games to survive. And while they may need encouragement, they also need truth. If you feel something too, let your energy soften. Let your eyes speak a little more kindly. Let your presence be a little less guarded. Small signals matter. They can give courage to someone who has been holding back for fear of hearing no before they even begin. Do not underestimate how much your hesitation may be shaping their silence. They may be waiting for one clear sign that their feelings are not foolish. That does not mean you must promise anything. It simply means you can be warm without being careless, open without being naive, and honest without being harsh. Sometimes love grows best in calm spaces where both people feel safe enough to tell the truth slowly. There is a part of this connection that may be waking up your own heart as well. Perhaps when you are around them, you feel lighter than usual. Perhaps you laugh more easily. Perhaps your thoughts become brighter. Perhaps some old sadness loosens its grip for a while. That matters. They may bring back a sense of vitality you thought had gone quiet in you, not because you were empty before, but because certain people awaken certain rooms in the soul. Their enthusiasm may remind you of possibility. Their curiosity may remind you that your life is still unfolding. Their attention may remind you that your story is not over. And in return, your depth may help them grow into a stronger version of themselves. This is why such bonds can feel strangely balanced, even when they seem unexpected from the outside. Each person brings something the other needs. Each person calls something forward in the other. That does not happen with everyone. So if this connection feels different, it probably is. And if you have been trying to talk yourself out of what your spirit keeps noticing, maybe it is time to stop fighting your own awareness. Just because something arrives unexpectedly does not mean it arrived wrongly. Some of the most important chapters begin quietly. No loud announcement, no perfect timing, just a feeling that keeps returning because it is real. And if that feeling has found you, there may be a reason it refuses to leave. It is also possible that you are being asked to see yourself with kinder eyes through this whole experience. You may have spent too long focusing on what time changed instead of what time deepened, but years do not only take, they also add. They add insight, they add texture, they add resilience, they add a beauty that cannot be copied by youth alone. The life you have lived shows in you, and to the right person, that is not a flaw. It is part of your magnetism. The way you have endured, learned, softened, rebuilt, and kept going has shaped a presence that speaks before you even say a word. This younger person feels that. They are not blind to your age. They are moved by the fullness of who you are, with your age included. They do not see less because you have lived more. They see more because you have lived more. And perhaps that is one of the deepest truths this connection is offering you. You are not behind. You are not too late. You are not forgotten. You are still deeply capable of being loved in a way that feels alive, passionate, sincere, and emotionally rich. If this message is hitting your heart, stay with it. Do not rush past it. Sometimes the hardest thing to accept is not that love exists. It is that love could still be meant for you, but it can be. And sometimes it arrives through the very door you assumed would never open again. If this younger person truly steps closer, what they may want most is not perfection from you, but honesty. They want to know your real heart, your real story, your real doubts, your real laughter, your real hopes. They do not want a polished mask if their feelings are sincere. They want the person behind it. That is why being truly known may become one of the most healing parts of this bond. To be seen without needing to perform. To be valued without needing to prove. To be wanted not only for how you appear, but for how you think, feel, remember, dream, and care. That kind of attention changes people. It reminds them that their life matters. It tells the nervous system that closeness can be safe. It gives the heart permission to open after years of protecting itself. So if this connection continues to unfold, let yourself share little by little. Let them earn deeper access through consistency and respect, but do not assume your past makes you too much to hold. To the right person, your history is not baggage. It is meaning. It is evidence of what formed you. It is part of the reason they admire you. This may be why they listen so closely when you speak. This may be why they ask about your life with such genuine interest. They are not collecting facts. They are trying to understand the person who has already begun to matter to them in ways they cannot ignore. And if you choose not to move forward, that choice is still worthy of respect. This message is not about pressure. It is about clarity. It is about recognizing what may already be present and allowing yourself to respond with truth instead of fear. You remain the author of what happens next. If you open the door, do it with intention. If you keep the door closed, do it with peace. But do not deny your worth in either direction. Do not reject the possibility of being loved simply because it arrived in an unexpected form. And do not run from tenderness just because it reaches places in you that have been lonely for a long time. Sometimes what frightens us is not danger, but the return of hope. So take your time, breathe, watch, listen. Let the connection show you what it is. Let your own heart tell you what it feels. Stay present long enough to know the difference between passing attraction and something that carries real emotional depth. Because if this is real, it will keep revealing itself. Not in chaos, not in confusion, but in care, consistency, courage, and truth. And that is the kind of love worth noticing. Before this message ends, hold on for one more moment, because the final reminder may be the one your spirit needed most today. You are still lovable. You are still desirable. You are still magnetic in ways you may have forgotten. You are not too old for passion, too complicated for tenderness, or too late for a new beginning. Love has not passed you by. It may be moving toward you right now through someone whose feelings are sincere, deep, and quietly growing stronger. Maybe that person is still gathering courage. Maybe they are waiting for the right opening. Maybe they are hoping you will soften enough for them to trust what they feel. Whatever happens next, carry this truth with you. Your heart is not finished. Your story is not finished. Your capacity to be chosen, cherished, and understood is not finished. Let this be the season where you stop speaking to yourself through old rejection and start seeing yourself through clearer light. Let this be the season where you receive attention without suspicion, kindness without deflection, and possibility without immediately pushing it away. If love is reaching for you, do not disappear from your own life right as it arrives. Stay open, stay wise, stay honest. And if this connection is meant to unfold, it will do so in a way that honors both your heart and theirs. Walk forward with calm. Walk forward with dignity. Walk forward remembering that some of the most beautiful things begin when you finally believe you are still worthy of them.